Hey there everyone, what's up? It's GleeCon and we are here once more with another episode of Lore of Warcraft. Thanks for joining me. Hop on in, stay a while, listen. We're going to continue our journeys through the Burning Crusade expansion today. We have finished all of the introductory lands with the Blood Elves. So, Sunspire Isle? Something like that. Followed by Eversong Woods and the Ghostlands, and then we yesterday completed Amon Vale, and we're now on to Azuremyst Isle. Why am I here? Good question. We need to go down to Dubba Bubba Land. By that I mean a place where we can feed our dino. They grow up so fast. It's a quest we are trying to complete in our efforts to be completionists. We have 7 more dino teeth to collect, so 7 more times to care for our young pup until he becomes a raptor that we can ride, that we already can ride, but you know, in the effort to be a completionist, this is what we're doing. So we're going to get this tooth. It'll be real quick because we are not on Chromie time. Can't be on Chromie time. There is one small quest we can't finish it. It's called Meeting the Orcs. It's one of 2 versions we have. I didn't realize we've made a couple small errors and completing some quests out of order, which make me a sad panda. Alright. It happened at the end of the Night Elf, Blood Elf quest, and it happened again.
The venom-eyed hatchling's stomach growls as it gestures to get your attention. It begins scratching pictures of silithids into the dirt, adding small ovals underneath them. It looks at you hopefully and gestures at the circles. They can only mean silithid eggs, the noxious lair in western Tanaris, and near the border with Ungoro Crater. Would probably be a great place to find the eggs your little hatchling wants.
Okay, so here we are. I'm glad he said that at the end because I was about to go down to the scar in Ungoro Crater, but no, they're right here. We need how many? We have to feed them to him. And I wasn't really paying attention to quantity here. 12, okay, so that's 11. But yeah, that one was at the very, very end, so I feel a little bit less bad, but this one was at the very beginning of Amon Vale. So who knows how much it would have shook us, but I guess there was a second quest. There are 2 versions. For whatever reason, whenever there's a non-version and a regular version, they revamped these quests, or they're coding them wrong, or something. I don't know. But I mean, they did change a lot. Like, they changed when Cataclysm came, so I could understand if Cataclysm was the change for things, but these quests are tagged as being changed in BFA. So, I don't know. I'm going to do my best to try to watch that going forward. I don't think there's a quest chain that is non-Draenei for these quests later, but again, I could be wrong. We need 5 more eggs. We're so high level at 80 that these guys won't even aggro onto us. We could pretty much walk on top of them. I don't know that they would. Maybe if we literally walked on top of them, they might aggro, but there's no proximity anymore. We're too cool, man. We're too cool. They're just going to let us steal their eggs. We're like gods among the Silithid. But yeah, so there was one, and I didn't realize until it was too late. Again, it happens when I read the list, it says it's on the list, and then come to find out there's actually 2 versions. And that second version doesn't exist. Cool. Animus. Okay, let's feed our dino now. But again, they're kind of inconsequential. They're definitely not like not changing the story for us or anything like that. They're not major. They're usually, in these cases, they're both more or less breadcrumbs. It's a half a sentence of lore, such as how a particular leader might have reacted. Second, though, we never completed. We weren't able to turn in this one quest because we hit Chromie time. Chromie time ended
Your
too soon.
hatchling licks its lips after devouring the meal of Silithid eggs. For a moment, you think it seems disappointed that feeding time has come to an end.
I love AI. This is one of the... Sometimes the AI, I'm happy it's there. Sometimes I'm annoyed or disappointed in how dumb it is. Sometimes does nothing for me. It's just there. But this is an example where AI's take on the raptor voice or the narration, where it's like so rough and like chuckly a little bit about it, that I actually kind of like. All right, here we go. Here we go. We're gonna take old Gleehab out, and not Gleehab, Gleezentment. See how close he gets. Gleehab got to 24 in doing his journeys. Let's see how far we get here. So we're now gonna start Azuremyst Isle. We picked up 2 quests last time. I did stop us right on the edge because we didn't get much rested XP from doing this late last night. Yesterday I tried to get everything in my life done and then make my video, and okay, it's fine. But it meant that my video went on really late. And so today after getting home from work...
Isn't that adorable? How did you make it out of the Vale? Maybe you should get back there before someone sends a search party after you.
Okay, here's Red Snapper, very tasty. It is next on the chain. It does open up something called Find Acteon. I should take that one off. Okay, so we can do this quest, though.
I found that these waters are bustling with red snapper, a very tasty fish. With a fishing net, I can catch enough to feed dozens of Draenei. Unfortunately, I was recently attacked by a creature known as a Murloc while netting in the river, and have suffered some injuries that prevent me from doing my job. I need help. Use this fishing net near schools of red snapper, found in the Crystal Brook River to the east, to catch the fish. What do you say? Remember to return the net when you are finished.
So now she can also teach me how to fish. And so cool, we're going to gain fishing with this character. Everything except Shadowlands fishing and nothing beyond. So we can now open up, we don't need the fishing journal per se, but we can open up fishing as a profession if we really want to fish. I don't care about
Isn't that adorable? How did you make it out of the Vale? Maybe you should get back there before someone sends a search party after you.
Be kind to those
I don't care about the strong fishing pole or anything like that. So we're gonna get close to these school of red snapper and fish there. Yeah, I guess there's no button to do it automatically. We have to click it from our quest bar to the side. I vaguely remember doing this. Cookies Gumbo Jumbo? Wow. I did that one underwater. It looks like Cookies Gumbo Jumbo is down there, I think. Yeah, so those are just non-storyline quests, I guess? I don't know. But this is kind of a little sidey quest. Now, there is another quest called Find Acteon that pops out of this, but... Whoa. This one actually had a Murloc. I'm gonna hamstring it, because you know what? I think Murlocs try to run. No, that angry one did not. Oh, he had a red snapper. Good on him. I didn't know I was gonna maybe have to kill for my red snapper. I like how there's like extreme crazy things that we fight in this game, like Murlocs. But then there's also like just straight up Red Snapper. Okay. So I guess we're doing that now. She said that I'm cute. Do you think that she likes me? Or was she being condescending? I mean, have you seen Gleesentman? He looks like a demon. Maybe it's my white hair and piercing blue eyes that really... Hey, I'm thinking right here. I could have just found the love of my life. Everybody knows a good story meets when the person that you care about or that you're into laughs at you on the very first time they see you. I mean, maybe there are some good love stories that start that way. I'm not judging. It's not how my wife and I met. My wife, infamously we met at a Boston market. Rotisserie Chicken. She had worked there for a few years and was a shift manager. And I was I'd recently shifted to I was kind of in between. I had worked at a gas station for a few years, but then I was shifting over and I had picked up a couple jobs. I was working at a pizzeria and then I decided to pick up that job also.
Isn't that adorable? How did you make it out of the Vale? Maybe you should get back there before someone sends a search party after you. Watch out for Murlocs, strange and extremely annoying little creatures.
Oh, you tell me now?
I hope the Murlocs didn't cause too much trouble.
They did.
I owe you a great debt of gratitude for all that you've done. Perhaps I could teach you how to fish. I'll even supply the fishing pole and a bobble.
Okay, so she's coming around.
Isn't that adorable? You did a wonderful job. Our people will be thankful for this bounty. With that said, would you mind taking this haul of red snapper to Acteon at Azure Watch? He shouldn't be hard to find as he is awaiting this catch. Isn't that adorable? How did you make it out of the Vale? Maybe you should get back there before someone sends a search party after you.
Alright, we're level 7. We gained Pummel. So... I'm going to switch Pummel down there. Throw my charge in there. Down to my movement bar. So we have a stun. I also just realized that I forgot to throw, first of all, Red Snapper dash Very Tasty. Let's make sure we have that one on there. Red Snapper dash Very Tasty. I mean, they're not wrong. And then find Acteon. Why is she so... I forgot to add the blue. Why is she so excited about everything? Alright, find Acteon. Let's double check that being on our list. We've got a lot of scanning. There we go. It's there. I already checked the other one yesterday. The red snapper. So now we are, again, going to organically find... She taught us how to fish. Okay, actually, that's a good reminder. Let's open up our fishing journal so that I can take my fishing pole and add it on. That will give me... Doesn't say what. But we are bringing things. I'm still hoofing it. I take my fishing gear off so I appear with my sword again like a big tough man. We are going to learn some jobs while we're here. Particularly, we're going to be a jewel crafter. So now we will have a jewel crafter on each spec. Whew. Walking down the road to Azure Watch. A timber strider fledgling? So these little striders are ubiquitous all over Azeroth. Certainly all over Kalimdor. Well, hello, people. Here's Buruk, the pet trainer, if you're a hunter. And here's Acteon.
What do you think of my armor? Crafted it myself. It is a little different than what we'd traditionally wear, but extremely comfortable.
Nothing. I think it's great, AI David Cross.
Poor
wishes to you.
That Murloc gave her quite a scare.
Acteon sighs.
Hopefully she will recover from the injury soon. So I presume you're looking for work. Well, there's plenty of that to be found at Azure Watch.
Dionys Akar.
Okay. Now I do remember this place breaking the. You thought the hubs and the Blood Elf lands were rough. This one is going to just bust out everything all at once. So we're going to get quite a full quest log here.
You're starting to make a name for yourself. How about trying your hand at hunting? Back on Draenor, our greatest hunters would hunt a beast that resembled the Moongraze stag of this region known as a Talbuck. If you think yourself capable, go out into the wilds and kill enough stags to fill your pack with meat. You will find them grazing south of Azure Watch. Watch out for their horns.
Watch out for their horns.
May your days
All right,
be long.
so that
your
was
hardships
called
few.
the Great. There's a Peacekeeper, the Great Moongraze Hunt. Let's double check. That is. There are 2 parts. The Great Moongraze Hunt 1 and 2. Okay, so there's 2 parts of it. All right, cool. Let's go ahead and just be in order here. This time I'm going to do it a little slow and onerous. What am I doing? Checking that this is part of it. I see that's the second one. Okay, there's the first one. So 1 and 2 are here. The Great Moongraze Hunt. Perfect. Can I also, before we go, I'm not turning in these yet. I can't turn in the other ones. That's fine. What are those? I do want to find like a trainer. There's a warrior trainer. That's cool. Battle pet trainer. Who are inside this little weird building? A cloth and leather armor merchant. Are they? Are they? You can have my stuff. I don't need it. I will save that one sword though. Weapon and armor merchant. Okay.
Do not lose faith.
I will try not to. I don't know what I'm supposed to do in terms of weapons. So, battle pet tradesman probably has some nifty things.
Browse at your leisure.
We are going to need a mining pick, so I will pick that up, even though right now I don't have anything, and I will buy a jeweler's kit. Okay. That's it for now.
I can teach you the basics of any gathering or production profession, but that is all. To learn more than an apprentice's skills, you'll need to visit a specialist dedicated to only one profession. You can learn up to 2 professions. I can teach you the basics of any gathering or production profession, but that is all. To learn more than an apprentice's skills, you'll need to visit a specialist dedicated to only one profession. You can learn up to 2 professions. 2 gathering, 2 production, or 1 of each. Secondary skills like archaeology, cooking, and fishing don't count towards your 2 professions. You can learn as many of those as you like.
Good to know. Okay, so we are going to... Don't even need those. I guess actually we do for smelting. And then, of course, jewel crafting. So we need to put our profession tool there. Cool. And then I probably put my... Yeah. Cool. All the necessary tools for jewel crafting. Alright, but the more important thing is I can now... I guess turn in these couple that we have sitting in the log too. We can now get ore if we see it.
Good to see you again. I am glad that we were both able to get our emitters fixed, or we might never have found one another. And don't worry, we'll see to it that Vale gets help and supplies. Speaking of assistance, now that you are here, go around and introduce yourself to the others. I know that there is plenty to do.
Okay. We will do all of that. I will be back to train with everyone. Don't worry.
Please, sit and make yourself comfortable. Oh, you must be one of the survivors we've been hearing about. I am glad that you came. Don't worry, we will send someone to see to Alfred's injured leg. I am most interested in hearing all about your harrowing story of survival. You are a brave one to have made it all the way here.
She pronounced that like
Please
off-sea.
sit and make yourself comfortable. Please sit and make yourself comfortable.
No, but
Please sit and make yourself comfortable.
let's bind our Hearthstone there so that it doesn't take us all the way back to Amon Vale. Alright, so we're gonna just kind of organically walk around, and instead of... I don't want to miss a quest, so we're gonna just take our time. Even though it's a little slower, it will be faster once we get our flying mount. Which not... actually, that's never gonna happen. Alright, so we need 6 Moongraze stag tenderloin. So there are these Moongraze stags walking around. We saw that on the drive here with our gnome. Okay. Got him, as the kids say. Got him. Pretty sure they say just like that. Got him. Wow, poor Moongraze stags. I feel a little bad murdering them. But the guy said fill your pack with meat. He said that as like a trial of manhood or whatever, he would go kill some stags. So you should do that too. And fill your pack with meat sounds like a we both win kind of sitch, right? Like you guys get a pack full of meat to feed everybody, and I get manhood. Who doesn't want that? And it looks like the drop rate's pretty darn good. There is Tavara. Maybe we will eventually figure out why she's here. Still need one more. I see you. These little birds are lame. Okay, this is a weird land if you think about it. I mean, I guess it's very Night Elven. And I guess so then I guess it makes sense because Dark Shore would have these same kind of stags and the birds, and that's just Teldrassil over there. No. Teldrassil even real? Alright, now the slow jog back home. We did the Great Moon... Oh, it's supposed to be the Great Moongraze Hunt 1. Come on, bro. Cool. And then that will open up number 2 for us, which we already checked as well. We know that's right. Cool.
The stag hides are frail, which tends to make for tender, succulent flesh.
Okay.
Well done, hero, well done. Here, I cooked up some tenderloins while you were gone. Maybe you'd like the recipe too.
Sure.
Well done, well done. Now that you've cut your teeth with the Moongraze stag, it is time you graduated to more formidable prey. Do not allow the casual disinterest of the Moongraze bucks to fool you. When provoked, they are a fearsome foe. You'll find the bucks north of here. Good hunting.
Alright, let's find the... Now that I have that recipe, I want to find the cooking trainer. So, let's see. Probably in here. That's a bandage trainer. We don't do that.
Something you like?
Oh, something you like.
Go on then.
Artificer. Because I don't think this guy can train cooking. Can he?
I can teach you the basics of any gathering or production profession, but that is all. To learn more than an apprentice's skills, you'll need to visit. If the light cannot guide you, my friend, Velen can aid you. Seek him out on the south side of Azure Watch.
Herbalism. We're looking, there's shaman, engineering. I'm just scanning. So anyway, we're supposed to go fight some bucks now. That's the inn lady. Who else were these people with her? Paladin, priest. Cool. There's a guy that landed. That's a Draenei. Mage. warrior. See, and he's going to give me these warrior quests once you get to level 10. That's why we had to make it. So I don't have a cooking trainer here. Alright. So we need to fight the Bucks. Bucks are to the north, I suppose. That's a mining trainer. Shaman. Alright, off we go. To Bucky's. You know, it's funny, that person, there was a viral, well, I don't know how viral it was. I saw the video on a couple different feeds, and to me that's viral. If it's making it to my I don't have Instagram, I don't have TikTok, I don't have any of the things. There's some infected nightmare Night Stalker runs. So if it makes it all the way out to me, crap, I should have charged. It's probably viral, right? Okay, this time we want their hides. Anyway. I saw this guy during the World Cup right now, this France guy, Timber Strider's out there. And he was just talking about how he was delightfully surprised at how America was, and he was particularly fascinated with the concept of Bucky's. And I will give it that Bucky's is an extremely popular place. It's huge. As far as like gas stations go, I live in the south, so they are they are over here in the south. So I live in 10 minutes from a Bucky's, that's about as close as anything can be in my town, as I kind of live on it is now a growing town, but once the middle of nowhere. Used to be, when I first moved here 20 years ago, used to be that you would have to, it would take me, I think 25 minutes at least to get to the closest gas station. Alright, I only am doing this. Oh, that's way down there. If I jump down there, how bad will it be? As far as death goes, maybe bad. As far as, I'm actually more worried about my ability to get back to where I'm at. I just wanted that ore, that's all. Just exploring. And I'm not level 10 yet even, so... I want that ore. You jerks. Watch it be to where, like, I've got myself far enough down I can't even get the ore. Oh, okay. Are you kidding me? Okay, I see all, the good thing is I see a stag. So I could go after that too. I'm super into mining, okay? You let me mine. Also, why are these stags so palling up with these timber guys? That one had meat too, if I could learn how to cook. Alright, here's another guy, here's another ore, and there's an infected bird, an infected cat. What do you do for a living, kitty? Okay, we just got...
The crystal you found on the Night Stalker runt's body appears to be a piece of the Exodar. This may help explain the unusual appearance and demeanor of some of the animals in this region. Take the crystal back to Azure Watch. The Exarch will surely want to know about this discovery.
We will get to it. I'm not worried about it right now, so because I wasn't tasked with going to kill those guys yet. But okay, now we need to go north. There's a skunk. Hi, skunk. once upon a time. Well, there is a series of achievements that I have, but we'll do them all together on our achievement episode, which we will get to. Trust me. We will eventually switch our Monday episode over to being achievement hounds. Look, there's an Azuremyst peacekeeper keeping the peace as he patrols the road. Yeah, but how many bucks did he kill? Plus, I killed a couple of them birds, and I killed this infected Night Stalker. Run. What did you do for Azuremyst Isle? You only look like you're like level, I don't know, 30, 60? Alright, so this is the great... I should have probably wrote this on the list. This is the Great Moongraze Hunt. Step 2. Excellent. Now the next quest is called Strange Find. No, our next one is called Learning the Language. It has a whole little chain. So learning the language is what we need next. Yeah. Trying to see it.
The buck hides are rugged and strong, making for very tough flesh, almost inedible, but we can use them for other purposes.
Moongraze buckhide.
Each day is a
Wonderful.
blessing.
You are turning into quite the hunter. How would you like to look more like me? Well, here is your chance. While you were out hunting, I fashioned these items out of some buck hides I had laying around. Take your pick.
Remember the lesson.
Here is your chance. I love it. Alright, well, we will put on a cloak, though. I look more like you. I can't fit into your clothes, bro, but... Alright, so now we need this quest that is called Learning the Language from Cryptographer Oren. He's in the middle here. He's got the Totem of Akida. Cool.
I think I've cracked it.
Aren points to the totem.
All that we need to know about the Stillpine Firbolg language is imprinted on their totems. With just a rudimentary understanding of how their symbols work, we can study the totems and learn to communicate with the Firbolgs. I've written down the basics of the symbol matrix on this parchment. Study it and then examine the totem. It should lead you to the next language totem. Speak to Urugu when you return with your findings.
Okay, so this is called Learning the Language. And I believe I said I just looked at that. Learning the Language. So I have to read this primer. Teaches the user to better understand Stillpine Firbolg symbols. The primer provides translations for the basic symbology of the Firbolg language. Okay, I'm going to read a whole book. I'm really good at that. Speed reading, that's what warriors are known for. Just wait, pause. Photographer Oren, pause. Awesome. Oh, and now I can talk to the Totem of Akida. Learning the language. I've got to be better about my sheet today. Learning the language.
The totem has various primal markings. You see owls, bears, wolves, and stags carved into the surface. You note a strange collection of symbols that makes your mouth form the word A-I-D-I.
Why did she skip K? What is wrong with this AI? Akida.
You begin to read the totem, barely able to pronounce the awkward words and phrases. Slowly, words start to form in your head. You think that the totem is telling you to go up the nearby hill, to the northeast.
Okay, this is called Totem of Coo. Makes you coo if you read it, bro. Totem of Coo. See, Totem of Yor. Okay, I see it there. Totem of Coo is on the list. Totem of Coo. Alright, I'm going up the hill. I want to be Coo. Mage. Oil. Light Master. Hello, Delacia the patient. I am not riding that. Look, he has an ancestor. Oh, the ancestor's following me. I have an ancestor. That's Akida. Are we walking there together? What is going on? Crystal. Oh, the Stillpine ancestor Akida urges you to follow him. So this is like old Tauren quests where the ghost wolf, you can follow him in case you were going to get lost. Plus there's copper ore over there. I'll be back in a minute. Copper ore person, Akida. I'll be back there in just a mo. Mining 5. Okay, so here's the Totem of Coo. Oh, and he disappeared?
The totem has various primal markings. You see owls, bears, wolves, and stags carved into the surface of the totem. You note a strange collection of symbols that makes your mouth form the word COO.
Cool.
You begin to read the totem, better able to pronounce the words and phrases. Words start to form in your head. You think that the totem is telling you to go across the Crystal Brook River to the east. Perhaps your destination is on the other side of the river.
Alright, the Totem of Tikti. He motions again for me to follow him. I don't really particularly care. I'm not doing that. The Totem of Tikti. I see Yor. There it is. Totem of Tikti. Tikti. Cool, Tikti. Whoa, I have a little flying thing. That's cool. So he's helping me jump off the cliff. Ah! That's too far, man. That's too far. I wanted the ore, but I guess I could have used it to just fly all the way across. I want these ores, though. I got business to take care of. And we're going to go across Totem of Tikti, so I guess we could have been quicker and we could have glided all the way down. Stillpine Ancestor points across the river. But I wanted these ores. I was greedy. Don't worry, I'll be there soon. 467 yards. Nothing. Alright. We now have Taunt. Taunt, of course, being another way to get threat. Not as important. You jerk. You know what? Maybe I'm gonna move these up to the other bar up top for now. Okay. So maybe I want this to be up here. Yeah, let's move those across the way. So we are level 8. 2 levels away from being able to ride a mount of our own. And, of course, the LX are famous Draenei mounts, so we could ride a big ol' LX. This is the shore we were already on before, so back to Amon Vale. There's Trix, the Draenei Hunter. We are 1 level above old Trix. At level 9. Yeah, I don't remember. Oh, that thing is neat. It's like a snake looking thing.
The totem has various primal markings. You see owls, bears, wolves, and stags carved into the surface of the totem. You note a strange collection of symbols that makes your mouth form the word T-I-T-I.
We missed a K again. Tikti.
The symbols on this totem seem to translate much faster. The patterns and imagery all seem to blend into familiar words. You are fairly certain the totem is pointing you south, down the river. Something is at the bottom of the river itself.
Okay, Totem of Yor. Whoops. Is the next one in the list. I did see that one already. Totem of Yor. Interesting little quest chain we're on right here. Down south. So if we hadn't originally found the fish, now we will. Yeah, I did want to... I need to keep like a separate little sheet to the side to indicate what kind of spec I'm picking, because in addition to the 3 specs, I want each of the 3 specialties or whatever. So, what is this buff I have? I have a buff called Embrace of the Serpent now, which gives me 150% swim speed increase, and I can water breathe. For 3 minutes, though. So it sends me way out here and gives me the power for water breathing and stuff, but... it is, I'm gonna walk 100 yards. Not 100 yards, that's a lie. Right now I still have 400 yards. Hi, Fisher. Lady. I'm gonna be looking for a cook, too. I have this recipe. Actually. And this. And water is maybe good. Oh, I should have just been swimming the whole time. Swimming faster than I walk. Oh. That's cool. I wish I had this buff all the time. Embrace the Serpent buff. Cool. Like this is faster even than like...
The totem has various primal markings. You see owls, bears, wolves, and stags carved into the surface of the totem. You note a strange collection of symbols that makes your mouth form the word Y-O-R. You no longer see unrecognizable symbology in the totems. The Totem of Yor reads to you just as easily as your native tongue. The markings identify another Firbolg den, due west of here. You are able to expertly decipher the language on the totem and know that your destination is Bristlem Village. Yor will guide you, but if you get lost, you know that you are able to take the ancient elven road in the forest leading west to reach your destination.
Okay, Totem of Vark is where we are next. Is that on the list? Totem of Vark. Looks legit. Totem of Coo. Yor. Tikti. There it is. Then I come back and I'm dead. Alright, if I get lost... Whoa, it's way over there? What the heck? There's Yor. He's like, hey, yeah, follow me. We're gonna walk way over there, bro. And on the way, we are going to be passing these other 2 people. We might need to stop for some questing. Cookies go... Whoa. On the way, we find some goblins. You are a runner. How come he can be so fast? So he's ditching me. Alright, so we also noticed there are some ships off to the side. So that's interesting, that's good to note. Had you come this way, you will note that there are ships. They look like alliance ships. They're off to the side. Okay, on the way, there is this cookie thing we can go for. So a small start and cookies Gumbo Jumbo. Let's look at those. They're down there. So we're gonna skip them. They're further down on the list for now. So I guess we wouldn't organically quite found them if we're beelining in one direction. Didn't say stick to the shore necessarily. Plus, I'm not gonna find. This is Odysseus's landing. Odysseus's. So here's a little camp that we will eventually get to make our way to. Alliance people. I'm sure we will go work with them and help them at some point. Because we're going to need to, one, somehow we have to get to Blood Mist Isle too. How do they connect? See, I think they almost touch. Yeah, it's like a small river between the 2 of them. You are not nice. Here I am, just chilling. So anyway, I gotta check. What's my build? I gotta jot this down. We will eventually have a third warrior. Whoa, he's like glitching in and out of existence. That's cool, bro. Oh, there's some more. I need that. Otherwise, this is just long, slow walking. I mean, the pro of doing it this way is we are getting like a unified story kind of in order. The con is that it takes a lot of time. I could get on my motorcycle if I wanted to speed things up a little bit, but I'm trying to organically play without any side stuff, even though I do have warband mentored leveling, speeding things up a little bit. Which makes me think, what is the whole warband? Do we all get that? Because I have someone that's at level 80 now, so now that I have a level 80, everybody can speed up fast. Okay, they look bad. There's a bristle limb wind caller, he looks evil. And there's a dude here. Okay, so this is a quest called... I don't know, let's check it out. Found it.
As you read the totem, your mouth forms the word V-A-R-K. You understand this to mean justice.
Okay.
The images on this totem depict a war between the Stillpine and the Bristleum Furbolg tribes. The etchings show that the Bristleum have done unconscionable things to the Furbolgs of Stillpine amidst the chaos. A prophecy has begun to unfold. A hero will rise, not of Furbolg blood, and save the Stillpine tribe. Slay Bristleum Furbolgs at Bristleum Village for their keys. Use the keys to free the Stillpine captives. Return to Oomooroo of the Stillpine when you have freed them all.
Okay, so this is called here. This is Vark. He is with me.
Bear witness to the savage acts of our adversaries, Gleesendment. They steal our young, our weak. Prisoned here, they are left to the devices of the Bristleim. Set them free, promised one.
Alright, this is the Prophecy of Akida. It's the last in this chain, whatever you want to call it. And how goes it? There it is. It's on the list. So this is the Prophecy of Akida. The Prophecy of Akida. I am the chosen one. That's cool. I always wanted to be a chosen one. You must realize you are special. You're a special little boy. Cool. They don't even give mail out of chests and things like that anymore. Or never. I mean, not mail. Plate. So, if you're a plate wearer, you're never going to get anything cool. As far as armor. Oh, there's a little captive running away. I only got one key for that. I will save you all. Don't worry. They told me to kill, and so I will. Jerusalem Ursus. Gotta love it. Yes, another key. I will free all of you. Do not worry. We are friends. I will help you. I will help you. I am of the Draenei. There are many things I know how to do, such as fishing and mining, plus fighting. I am a man not content with your predicament. Your predicament. No keys, but don't worry. Soon. Oh, did you think you were gonna do some hots? You're wrong. I just got 2 keys, you idiot. Why are you guys capturing children, huh? It's pretty much a universal sign of a bad guy hurting children. Can tell you're on the wrong side of the history when you're doing that. Alright, there's a guy. That's another Ursa. I think that's our final key that we have. We gotta go hunt some more. Do I have a key? Nope, that's it. Okay. Still need to save 2 more. Then we're gonna let the rest be, like, captured or whatever. That's fine. We only save 8. The rest of the babies, tough. Sucks to get captured. You guys should, You know, this seems like a parenting issue more than anything else. Unless you killed their parents, then I guess that's gonna I wasn't there. I don't know. Alright, so here's a wind caller. He had some kind of buff on him. 2 keys. One of them will become superfluous. I have an extra key. I'm gonna intentionally not save a kid. Let's save 1 more. I mean, I have an extra key. How can you not use it? What's going on? But they're so... You see they're way over there. Sorry, kids. You just gotta stay captured. No. No. Pretty messed up. Look, I can't just save baby furbolgs all day. I got stuff to do. The babies said, the Stillpine furbulbs will not soon forget your bravery. And some of them say, the prophecy is true. That's it. They have 2-track minds, that's all. Can't handle more than that. They're just NPCs, you know? There's another run. So I guess they're saying, though, if you never were given an incentive, you maybe would live in a world where you didn't have to fight a run. This is a pod cluster. The pods. Hey guys, what's up? I wish I got some treasure chests from that. That'd be cool. I mean, I wish I got some XP. I got a treasure chest. It gave me 20 copper. Not that cool. Alright, so we're getting closer and closer. We just need to be level 10 so I can be riding on an elephant. I guess I'll put this guy on an Elec. I have a few different Elecs. Let's look at my mounts while we walk. What kind of Elecs do we have? Well, I guess there's just a few. There are the Great, and there's a normal. The Lightforged Fellcrusher one is dope. That's if you're a Lightforged. So I don't want to do that. And then using an old, regular, boring Elec. That's it. I don't have any other Elecs. I bet you I could find some kind of something. Well, you know what? I think I have like a mammoth. Whoops. Wrong button. Oh, mammoth. Yeah, this mag mammoth. See, that thing's pretty cool. I'm taking that guy. And let's also do the Grand Expedition Yak. You know, you gotta have him. Okay, I can't use him yet, but when I get to level 10, I'm gonna use that cool mag mammoth that I got from Dragon Questing. Okay, Arugu. I saved a bunch of babies and killed the people you told me were bad, and they have to be bad. You said it.
Furbolg, the prophecy spoke of one that would rise and deliver us from the oppressive grasp of Bristolym, that the spirits themselves would herald the arrival of this hero. And now you have come. I humble myself before you, Great One.
Okay. I don't really want a shield.
You must travel north to the home of my people, Stillpine Hold. It is there that you will face your most daunting challenge. Go now, High Chief Stillpine awaits your arrival.
Stillpine, we're back to that. I have never been happier. Okay, that's an exaggeration. You know, I got like married and had some kids and stuff like that. But it's not like my football team's ever won the Super Bowl or anything, and this is at that level for sure. Okay, we're going way up to the Stillpine, and boy, gee willikers, that's just great. Okay, so yeah, I need to make, like I said, I need to make a list here. I'm gonna open up a new table while we're doing this long walking. Okay. These I actually don't know. I don't even need those sheets anymore because they're all for classic and I'm past that. Whoops, I went off-road. Wait, I'm sorry. I was playing with my notebooks. You gosh darner. Didn't mean it. Okay, so we're gonna do... Okay, so these are the class, whatever, archetypes, because it's different than specs. So there are 3 each. So warrior has, I'm gonna have to look these up as we walk here. What are they called? Warcraft, warrior specs. Where am I? So it's kind of... So there's Slayer, Mountain Thane, and I'm pretty sure Colossus is the other one, right? Slayer, Mountain Thane, Colossus. So for instance, that's Warrior. I don't know which one. We're gonna have to sort of... Okay, so here we are. Here's Stillpine Hold. Quest. This guy has some goods. What's up, dude?
Welcome to my shop.
Hey. I got some stuff for you. I don't think I need those. We'll save the rest of that stuff for now. Okay.
For centuries, we lived in relative peace with the creatures of the land. Several months ago, curs began to see dark omens. The peace that we enjoyed for so long was to be lost. The extent of the catastrophe could not be known, so it would be that the gods would shatter our land, turning both friend and foe against us. But there was something else. Amidst the chaos, a hero would rise. A hero not of Stillpine blood. The promised one would deliver us from devastation. That prophesied hero was you.
Hi, well, how do you know I'm not of Stillpine blood? Okay, so he has... Okay, cool. What is it called? So yeah, now if I go to the other type of warrior, let's go to arms, for instance, you can see the third. Oh. We don't want arms warrior. These are all just blah, 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 blah. I don't want that. Fine. I guess we'll just have to click to... Yeah, so Colossus is the third one. And without looking at our guy, I can't remember which one I picked. But, so we'll come back to that later. That's going to be something we'll have to peekaboo on. All right, so we did Stillpine Hold. The next one's called Murlocs. Why here? Why now? Does start in this area. It is a real quest, so let's find that. Murlocs, why here? Why now? There's a bunch of people that were like fighting in there. It's like a little hole. There's a bunch of Moonkin dead too. I don't know what's inside there. This guy's a trade supply. His name is Erg. He looks cool. Erg, you got nothing for me? No. No. Okay, we need some voices like that. Some of these guys are tiny. Why are they so tiny?
Gurf is my name, stranger. Gurf the Brave.
He can teach how to skin.
These are dark days, promised one. Even the Murlocs are kicking our tails. Literally. Unfortunately, more than just my ego has been bruised. While our relationship with the Siltfin Murlocs had always been tenuous, never could we have imagined that they would have the gall to attack us and steal from our food stores. Travel west to the silting shore and recover our stolen foodstuffs. And if you see a dark-skinned Murloc with a patch of white fur stuck in between his webbed toes.
Murlocs, ... Why here? Why now? Okay. Murlocs, ... Why here? Why now? Good questions. Okay, so the next in the list is called Beasts of the Apocalypse. It's a one-off. That's this guy. So this time we can pick these two up together, right? Let's double check that that's on the list. Beasts of the Apocalypse. Yep, with a slammer. They love that in these quest writers love it. Beasts of the Apocalypse.
I am Mordo, Elder Hunter of Stillpine.
So, Leatherworker Skinner, if we wanted to pick that combo up here.
My brother and I were hunting in the woods to the east when we were ambushed by strange, insect-like beasts. Such aberrations have never before been seen in Azuremyst. Could they be a sign of the coming apocalypse? The apocalypse that you are destined to prevent? If you truly are the promised one, you will strike the creatures of the apocalypse down, and bring me their hides. From their hides, I can fashion armor of great power. Find them to the east, beyond the road.
So they're giving us two. It's a split. Well, alright. So I guess we help these two out for a couple rando quests. Not a lot we can do there. Alright, make sure that we are still collecting ore. Yeah, so this is just a straight up lightsaber. I mean, pretty soon well, I don't have to pick, I am going to have to, in 2 levels, have to pick this spec, so I need to check. I can't remember if I'm Slayer or if I'm Apocalypse, if I'm Colossus with my arms guy. And then I don't know what would be best for protection. So those are something to consider, because it looks like whatever the other alternative, it looks like the Thane one is significantly better for him. I know, for instance, I just went Deathstalker on Rogue. Yeah, I'm gonna have to check this out. Oh, there's a root thresher, so there's plants that are silting shore. Okay. Hey guys. Well, I have no AoE, so it doesn't matter if I wait a minute and let them spear me, because Siltfin Oracle. Of course I can heal as needed too. Nice. Oh, we're getting their grain. Actually, it's our grain, I believe, right? Taking our grain back. I don't... Oh, look, you can get it from the little... So if we clear out a little base, we can get grain, too. So let's go with that. I mean, what would well be if we weren't killing Murlocs, you know? Hey, buddy. But unfortunately, we're tied to RNG right now. So it's oh, that's a cloak. We can look at that. What's the difference? There's no durability on a cloak. Both 2 armor. The item level is a pinch lower, so I will not take it, even though it's exactly the same. Oh, I see a bag of grain. And look, there's grain right there, and that guy. Oh, I had grain inside of him. Okay. Murlocs, what? What? Oh? This guy is called Murgurgala. Let's fight him. This is probably the guy he was talking about. So maybe there's a... Ooh, this is a little rough. Okay, we're getting there. Even though we don't have any good moves, because I don't have a shield. Okay, so this is called Gurf's Dignity. Is that a quest? I don't see that. What about Gurf's Dignity? I do see it here. This is just not listed on the quest line, so we can just pick this one up. Gurf's Dignity. This is just a... Hey, if you find it... If he did say...
You recover the piece of fur that Gurf had lost in his struggle with the Murlocs. Return the fur to Gurf and let him know that the fearsome Murgula has been slain.
Murgurgala. Come on. It's Murgurgala, duh. The fearsome Murgurgala. Murgurgala. I don't know. Yeah, so now as we're splitting, now that I see it's not like 2 different specs per spec, it's really just another 3 that rotate around. So you can basically mix and match. And they're kind of like sub-specs or whatever. I don't even know what you'd call them. Because they only impact... Oh, I mean, they do impact like a quarter of your leveling. It's like 15 levels or something. Greater Timber Strider. Alright, so we're going to turn in Murlocs Why Now and Gurf's Dignity. Do both of those. And then we're going to go over to Beasts of the Apocalypse. The music is pretty good here.
Gurf is my name, stranger. Gurf a Murloc kicked me in the behind and spit on me in broad daylight. Delicious grain. Harkett will be delighted. Gurf is my name, stranger. Gurf the Brave. Is that what I think it is?
It says a small patch of white fur.
Gurf is my name, stranger. Gurf the Brave.
You have to at least be on it to get it. To the white fur belonging to Gurf.
Gurf spits on the clump of fur and tries to affix it to the hairless patch on his backside.
This will have to do for now.
Nice.
Hopefully, one of the shaman will be able to repair the damage.
Alright, cool. We're level 9. We did gain Whirlwind, so now we have an AoE attack. Fantastic. We also did gain some new pants. We went from 9 armor to 11 with strength and stam. Fantastic. So that is worth it, and we are 1 level away. So, alright, let's just take actually, you know what? I could go ahead and look. Well, no, I probably can't. Let's look up Arms Warrior talents. I don't remember what I was picking, but maybe by looking at them between Slayer, Colossus, And then let's look at Protection Warrior talents. Okay, so Protection Warrior, it's basically saying Mountain Thane is the best. Colossus is slightly behind. And then let's look up Fury Warrior talents. Okay, so this one basically says Mountain Slain is firmly ahead in Mythic Plus. Raid is split. Slayer is better for single target. Mountain Thane's better for that. And then for my Arms Warrior, I don't remember. It basically says Slayer is significantly ahead. So Slayer is, well, I like Mythic Plus, so what did I pick? Colossus? I don't think I've gotten that far yet. Alright, well, we can always respec. So let's go with... I just think it makes more sense. So now that I know I need to do this. So we're going to make Colossus be our Arms Warrior. Oh, crap. I just want to put that. So that's going to be our Arms. We're going to save the Mountain Thane for Prot, which means we are going to go with Slayer. Even though it's not the best. We're going to be a Slayer. Okay, so we're just going to go with that Mythic Plus Slayer build. And that's... It's not going to be the most meta thing ever, but who freaking cares? Okay, let's go with Ravager, right? I like the idea of it anyway. Same thing like whatever we just got like on our Rogue. It's Twist of Fate or whatever. Like, I want them to match thematically. So I need to work on that. And I might have to do some changing and tweaking if needed. And whoever's the third one is just out in the cold a little bit. Just one more thing to kind of balance. It doesn't really super duper matter, I guess. But I do like it. Alright, so... Oh, these are not... I thought they were like Silithid. No, they must have come from Outland with us. They're Ravagers. I actually think we read something about that in one of the books where they did bring some Ravagers with them. So these must have been stuck to the ship. They infected us. They're called Ravagers. Specimen. None of them are giving us their hide. I need 8 Ravager hide. None of them have dropped the hide yet. There we go. So the drop rate, not very great. Okay, maybe we just had a string of bad RNG. Whole world of RNG craft. No, it's just not great drop rate. At least not from the specimens. Maybe there's another kind that I'm not seeing. I don't see him further away either. I don't see anything that's not just called specimen. And also, this is via... Oh, I was going to say, we would know exactly what these were as Draenei, but no, this is the Firbolg that's on this mission. And, you know, it kind of sucks because we are the reason why these came as well. This is, again, an example of we're causing this problem for the Firbolg, for the natives that are there. Like our smallpox. Kinda messed up, bro. You know, I guess you gotta just live and learn. It's a shame that these things happen in the past, and you know, things like the spreading of smallpox and blah blah blah. But I think that's, you know, you can only judge that so harshly when there's a different mentality about existence back in the day. You know, the idea that the world was there to be explored, and, you know, just so much less knowledge. Like I don't know how extensive their knowledge was, you know, about spreading smallpox, or that the Native Americans, well, they didn't know that whoever the natives where they went would have or not have it, you know, that we can go bring, and there very well might have been, because there was, you know, I'm sure there were networks of, like, we talk to each other. Explorers had been exploring for hundreds of years by ship, so. But what's done is done, and all you can do is try to continually improve. You know? I don't know why this game so frequently gets me going along that train of thought. It's just a fantasy game, but it does frequently make me think about the sort of the idea of these people. It's frequently a trope in this game of coming to a completely new world and just staking your claim in it, and then we are just supposed to be like, yeah, that's just how it is. This is the world of Warcraft, and there's war going on, and one side's just as good as the other, and yada yada yada. And it is not black and white. It's a complicated setup. You know, like, yeah, the Horde, especially in Orcs and Humans, they came as, they're evil. I mean, really, they came to conquer. But then you learn the whole story of their world was being destroyed. They had to come, especially when you read, like, the Christie Golden novels. And so then it's like, okay, well, then can you blame them? Can you blame anybody that would want to leave a country or a world that was being destroyed, that was not safe to live in? Would you not do the same? And that's kind of what I get into. I can't help but make parallels to what's the world we live in right now. You know, you have obviously parallels in historical societies everywhere, not just, you know, Christopher Columbus in the United States, although it's a very big land that we long and brutally, and in very modern history, relatively, viciously and lyingly and in mostly completely inhumane ways destroyed or took to form this country. But it's everywhere, you know. The Spanish did it all throughout South America. You know, the Germans did it in big chunks of Africa, and so did a lot of the other European continents. The Belgians. There's a reason why these, you know, we watch the World Cup and you hear all these anthems, and you hear, you know, Brazil speaks Portuguese, and that's because that's who conquered them. And you have the, you know, you have Côte d'Ivoire and that are formerly whatever French colonies or whatever, and Belgian colonies in Africa, and, you know, Australia as a prison. Like, it's all basically the result of conquest, and we're just one example of that. But I also think about, like,
I am Mordo, Elder Hunter of Stillpine. They are ugly little creatures. Even the Blind Watcher could see them, and he is blind. Not only is the prophecy true, this armor is also amazing. Surely it is armor fit for a champion, and I will sell it to you at discounted prices. Furless one. I jest, the first piece is complimentary.
Thanks. Oh, and we got
I
an
am
epic
Mordo,
upgrade.
Elder Hunter of Stillpine.
Dope. Up to 18 armor, 4 strength. Okay, so by doing that, it opened up another set of quests. So now that we've helped some people, we have a clutch. So we want the one next on the list. We want the one called Chieftain Oomooroo. Okay. Who gives us that quest? This guy.
I am Stillpine the Younger, heir to the Stillpine legacy. As you can see, my defenders have set up a death trap for the raving wildkin that attack from inside Stillpine Hold.
Oh, they're in the hold.
While we are able to hold them off out here, none of my defenders have been able to infiltrate the hold. If you could get inside and slay their leader, it might give us an opportunity to strike. Find Chieftain Oomooroo and destroy him. Slay any crazed wildkin that you encounter inside as well.
Alright, so that's a wildkin killing thing. Let's see the next... Oh, I should have looked to see, is that on the list? Chieftain Oomooroo, sure is. We're cooking here. Chieftain Oomooroo. Okay, next on the list is a quest called The Kurken is Lurkin. And then the Kurken's Hide. Those are 2 pieces here. Oh, maybe him? Yep.
After the crystal storm had subsided, a beast of myth appeared in our village. Brought here by the invading wildkin, this beast, the Kurken, laid waste to our village. Many Stillpine were slain in defense of our lands by this fiend, and many have since lost their lives attempting to subdue the beast. In my visions, I have seen one defeat the Kurken. The one must be you. You are our only hope. Enter Stillpine Hold and slay the Kurken. Bring me his hide as proof of deed.
Okay, so we will bring him the hide. That one is called The Kurken is Lurkin. The Kurken is Lurkin. Now, the next one on the list is the Kurken's Hide, but there's also a third quest called Search Stillpine Hold, which also goes off into blood crystals. Search Stillpine Hold, I'm guessing, is the third one here. Yep. So these are probably all 3 sending us inside. Search Stillpine Hold. I'm guessing that's the other one from this guy. So we have our first foray sending us in there.
As High Chief, my immediate concern is the root of the corruption in Stillpine Hold. Why did the wildkin, once our allies, attack us? Why have they taken residence in Stillpine Hold? Perhaps something inside will hold the answer? Search Stillpine Hold for clues as to the source of corruption.
Okay, so we're going in to our first sort of mini dungeon now. Maybe that's how it should be. Maybe it's not. Anyway, so, you know, you have that, and then you could just dismiss it away as, well, you know, it's happened, and, you know, it's kind of messed up, but it is the way it is, and now, let's protect our own. But I often think about, like, well, what about, you know, what if it was you back then? What if that was your best chance, not even financially, like, or what if you were, like in the case of the Draenei here, or in the case of the Orcs of Draenor, what if you were escaping someplace that was completely uninhabitable or dangerous? What if you had kids? Then would it be okay to go to another land, even if you had to fight to get there? Or even if you had to break the rules to get there? You know, and then I think that's where we get the idea of asylum seekers and refugees and all the political hot-button topics of today. And I think a lot of people are very quick to be like, well, no, you can't just have, like, open borders and yada, yada, yada. and immigration is bad, and we got to get the criminals out, and so on and so forth. You should just come the right way, and, you know. But my thinking is always just like, well, if you were in a situation where there was crime around you, your children didn't have access to safety in their just general life, what would you do? Would you break the rules? Would you break a country's? And now what we've done here in the United States is we've made it, you're not just going to have to potentially get deported and thrown back and maybe waste your money and have to go back into a really bad situation. We've made it a life or death decision here because there's so much violence and so many people that die in these potential, you know, ICE targetings. And, you know, whatever. That's an extremely political topic, and I get it. And we killed Chief Oomooroo. He went down like all the rest. And a lot of people, you know, their argument is that you should not, you should just do what the police say and you'll be okay. And sure, I would try to suggest that as well. However, I'm like a middle-aged white guy that's lived here my whole life, and I can't speak for exactly how I would act if I was younger and really afraid. You know, would you run from the cops, basically, is what's happening if you thought you could get away with it? Maybe. Also, you know, what if you're coming from a country where the cops are corrupt? I'm gonna, you know, whatever. And these aren't even really cops; they're just dudes. They don't, you know, regardless of if you support ICE or not, they do not have the same level of military or whatever training as real officers do. So, I don't know. It's ooh, this guy is the Kurken, and he looks like a little Cerberus. Sorry, that's super political. And I know that I probably pissed off half my viewers and anybody that made it that far if you don't agree. My default setting is sympathy, right? And while... Nice, we chopped his head off. While I completely get that there is, you know, you don't want to just let... Look, there's the blood crystal. You don't want to let anything happen and just let everybody come and take advantage and, you know, flood the open borders. At the end of the day, like, we gotta not be punching down. The blood crystal radiates a sickly aura that seeps into the water of the cave. Okay, so this quest is called Blood Crystals. Pretty sure that one is next on our list. It's right there. The Kurken's Hide, we have that quest, but Blood Crystals is next. I do believe, yeah, it's on the list. So... On the surface, the crystal appears to be a piece of the Exodar. Something has gone terribly wrong with this crystal, however, as it is blood red and rapidly dissolving into the water supply of the cave. This may explain the unnaturally aggressive behavior of the creatures in Azuremyst. Return to High Chief Stillpine with this information. Oh, great, and now some crazed wildcats have come to fight me. What I mean by punching down is, you know, I feel like... Yeah... There are absolutely situations where, you know, we have immigration policy that could probably be better. We have to, you know, just like in any other situation, immigrants are just regular people too, which means that some of them are going to be criminals, some of them are going to be heinous and do heinous things. And there needs to be a screening process for that, whatever that is. I mean, that just could be naive. I'm not saying like, oh, you just screen them, and you'll know if they're gonna kill or rape or whatever people claim. But my point is that there are bigger problems. We have bigger fish to fry, and they're not from the people that are coming in here and mostly living below the poverty line. They recently released a report that says for the average family of 4, if you want to live a medium income lifestyle, you and your spouse combined need to be making $200,000 a year. And that's insane. That's just to be okay. Just to not stress about if the lights are going to get cut off or not. That is what we need to be worried about. And that's not because some immigrant wants to work in the parking lot of Home Depot and go do stucco or whatever.
This may very well be the opportunity that we needed. I will send an attack at once. The Stillpine thank you for your service.
That is when you Stillpine Raiders, it is time to strike. The time to strike is at hand. Charge! We get a new bracer. That's what happens when you have no checks and balances and the wealth is concentrated in the hands of just a few people. So can we dual wield? Can't. So since we can't dual wield, then... Oh, what is that thing? Vision of Purity? Vision of the Remembered? What could it mean? Weird.
Welcome to my shop.
And a little dagger. Guess I'm gonna keep those eggs for now. Anyway, I know that's a suicide topic for me to bring up right now. Not popular to talk about. A lot of people have opinions. Pretty much everybody has opinions about it. So I completely sympathize with all that. I guess I'm selling those. I can't dual wield. And I don't think it's wrong to want to, you know,
Kurds grunts.
be respectful
at you.
to both sides.
The Promised One has emerged victorious. The prophecy is nearly complete. Now about that hide.
Alright, we are level
His
10.
hide to Mordo on the other side of the village. He will fashion the hide into an item of your choice.
Alright, so now we can ride. We've also just gained second wind. Oh, that's the sky riding. Can't do that. Alright, so we've gained a few things here. Gain Execute. That's a dope one. We gain Battle Shout. Our buff. Let's throw that down. We gained a Throw. So that is another part of our triple set of moves when we're collecting guys. We gain the ability to spec. Cool. So we now are going to choose to activate Fury, a furious dual-wielding berserker, unleashing a flurry of attacks to carve their opponents to pieces. So does that mean I can dual wield already? Okay. So now, can I dual wield? Let's go back and to that. Where's this guy?
Welcome to my shop.
Like if I buy this axe? No. When can you dual wield? When can we dual wield? Scanning, scanning, scanning. I'm not seeing a lot of dual wielding, bro. I don't see it. Okay. Fury Warrior, when can you dual wield? Level 10, automatically. Not a WoW Classic. $11 to $14. Called Titan's Grip. But to do 2 one-handed weapons... Okay.
Welcome to my shop.
All right, now let's try it. Why? Oh, because it says main hand. Okay, what about... That's it, I can't. I got nothing.
Welcome to my shop.
Now this is 1 damage. Okay, let's look at
Welcome to my shop.
so I would need an offhand weapon. What if I bought this? If I did that plus... No, dang it. Okay. Alright, so there's no point to keep that 1 sword because there's nothing to do here. Alright, let's look at this. Passive to wield at level 11. Alright. So I guess I will gain, when I'm officially Fury at level 11, you'll gain the passive. Actually, you know, we can look at the spell book. I can do dual wield passive, Titan's Grip, dual wield a pair of 2-handed weapons. There we go. So that's what we want. So I'm going to save this cracked sledge, even though it's pretty crap. I need to be 1 more level to really unlock that potential. Okay. We also just picked up the Kurken's hide. So Kurken's hide. Yeah, we're just walking across the way. The Kurken's hide. Yep. Kurken with an E. I've been spelling Kurken wrong. Okay, let's go walk across and turn it in. Kurken's hide. Yeah, so, you know, I'm not trying to piss everybody off. It's, or half the people in the world off. I just, ultimately, I really do think that we are being screwed. And, so that a very, very few amount of people can get richer.
Hunter of Stillpine.
And I think that our world that we live in could be better. I don't think that if you get sick, if you get cancer, you and everything you've worked your whole life for should just be wiped out and your family should be destitute. I don't think that we should be, you know, passing rules that say AI can't be regulated at all for the next 5 years or however long is left at this point. You know, when it's such a unpredictable, it's going to cause such unpredictable ripples in the world. It's just things like that. I don't think that we, as in you and I, the people watching this show, are being served right now by our government or by the people that own the businesses that we all use, by the Googles and the Amazons, the things that are now, they're monopolies. They're ubiquitous. We pretty much all use them nonstop.
Hello, hero. This is the strongest armor I've ever made. Make good use of it, hero.
But I'm just a butthole on a. He said it's the strongest armor he ever made, and he gave me nothing. I'm just some dude with a microphone sitting at work. And when I say government, I mean like the big high levels of government. I do think people like myself, we're working, we're going to work, we're putting in the work, and it's not for anything partisan. It's not. It doesn't matter who you are. I'm here to serve you, your family. That's what I do.
These blood crystals that you saw, my scouts have seen many more to the north. I thank you for aid, but now ask that you leave me to confer with the elders. I will call for you once I have spoken with the other elders of the village.
Alright.
The hold is saved, and soon my people will make their way back to the ancestral home. The prophecy has come to pass, and a new age of prosperity begins for the Stillpine. But I fear that darkness looms ahead for your own people. There are questions left unanswered, visions of prophecy unseen. Return to your leaders and tell them of what you have seen here. And promise one. Should you ever require the aid of Stillpine, you have merely to ask.
Okay, that's our cool mammoth we're on. A big flaming mammoth. Alright, so warn your people is what this guy has to tell to us. We did blood crystals, and now we're gonna warn our people. Okay. Hide your wife. Hide your kids. Warn your freaking people, bro. Let's see where we are on time. It's very hot lately, I'm gonna tell you that. We got 20 minutes. Okay. I'm gonna make another episode shortly after this, the reading one. I'm gonna change I'm gonna do a wardrobe change in between those two episodes. It is quite toasty. I'm still in post-work gear. Went in for a second day of the office today. Today was a move-in day. I started cleaning. I really just cleaned up. Man, there were some things in the desk that I cleaned out. Let's just say they're old. I mean, some are useful, but it doesn't seem like it's been cleaned out in a very long time. Also, there was like a bucket of like staples. I cut the crap out of myself with it. It was a gusher. Alright. What is this one called? That's warn your people. Okay, so here is the leader. Hey, buddy.
The Naru have not forgotten us.
Gaze upon the Exodar, young Draenei. It is hard to imagine that we survived such a catastrophe. Menelaus sighs. Menelaus is like that's an old, ancient name from the Bible or something. Something else. The prophet states that it is here that our fate will finally be known. 10 lifetimes spent fleeing from the madness of the Burning Legion. Here we finally make a stand. No more running. I am ready to die. Okay, I'm not.
Visions, you say? Interesting, and this prophecy has come to pass. But you say they saw the power core of the Exodar, and Orose was also in the vision. What can it mean?
We're now honored with the Exodar. Cool. Alright, so what's next on our list of questing? The next quest is called Medicinal Purpose. So that is our Anchorite Fatima. Okay, so Medicinal Purpose is that part of our quest. Medicinal Purpose. Yes. So we're going to go ahead and do Medicinal Purpose, and we're not going to continue. These are some Medicinal Purpose. So before we go continuing on the main quest with him,
Blessings upon your family.
we are going to... Oh, there is ore down in the water, I see. Okay, Medicinal Purpose. What was that woman's name? It was Anchorite Fatima. You have to be a... There she is. You have to be a Draenei to help with this one.
If you have not yet learned how to make use of bandages, I will be happy to show you the basics of creation and application. The difference between life and death can often come down to properly bandaging wounds.
Not a thing anymore.
I have found that lashers milling about on the island hold restorative medicinal properties in their vines. Through proper treatment, the vines can be broken down into a powerful healing ointment. Unfortunately, with so many injured Draenei passing through Azure Watch, we are always in short supply. Our delicate guest was found injured and unconscious by the Crystal Brook only yesterday.
Oh, she's a night
If you
elf.
bring me vines, we may be able to save her. You will find root trappers both south and east of Azure Watch.
Alright, so that's cool. So we have a night elf priestess that we can work with. I want to take my elephant, my mammoth. I want to find this ore I saw in the bottom of the lake. Give me ore. I'm a Fury warrior. Oh, I forgot to actually pick my point. What is my Fury DPS thing? Round 1, of course we have Berserker Stance. That's our... Oh, I'm in Berserker Stance automatically. I don't think he likes the water. Oh, I'm flying. We also have Defensive Stance, so we can switch between the two stances. We do not have Battle Stance. Berserker Stance is an aggressive combat stance that increases my auto attack damage by 15%, reduces the duration of fears, saps, and incapacitates by 15%. And then when I switch over to stance into defensive stance, reduced by 15% damage taken, but damage done also reduced 10%. Okay? So of course we have those. In the second tier, we're skipping fast footwork, so we are not going to have the passive 5% increase to damage. That's a bummer. But we are going to take War Machine, which gives me a 20% increase to rage. If I kill an enemy, it will instantly generate 5 rage and give me movement speed in that way. Okay, so again, we are going with Mythic Slayer. Cool. So, killing gives me rage and also a boost to speed in between each. I also have Execute now. Great. I've mentioned this before. This is one of my least favorite specs. I just find Fury spec to be quite boring. I don't know. That might be blasphemy. Considering most people, I would argue, probably find it to be the coolest of the specs. It's very popular, especially in Classic. I like that little boost to speed, so even the speed that we're navigating is not as good as the overall passive, but it does give us that burst when we're questing that really seems to help. Okay. Yeah, if I don't have that, might as well use that, right? Oh, Slam is now also an instant that does not cost rage. Good to know. So, I have no need but to use... Execute. I should be using it. Good to know, so there's no point in saving so that I can cast Slam. That's what I was doing. I was like, well, if they're going to die from either a Slam or an Execute, I might as well just use less rage. But no, no, no. Execute these mofos. Yeah, again, my apologies. I know my platform is not... This is not the time or place, you know. But, I'm sure I'm not the only person that also just feels... I don't know. You know, it doesn't matter what side of the aisle that you're on. The world is just so... There's... I'm sure it doesn't matter who you vote for or anything like that, or if you even vote at all. I'm sure there are things right now going on that just feel wrong. So... And again, that might be that you don't think that... You think there's too many trans people and that there's too much homosexuality in the world and that's evil, and I'm sure there are lots of people like that, or you might not like the way the government is, or you might not like the immigrants, you might not like, you know, you might think things are too woke or whatever. There's, you know, there's both sides of the aisle, but definitely, a lot of people, I'm sure, are like, what the heck is going on?
If you have not yet learned how to make use of bandages, I will be happy to show you the basics of creation and application. The difference between life and death can often come down to properly bandaging wounds. I fear that her health is in steady decline.
May the light
Let us
embrace
hope
you.
that this ointment will strengthen her spirit.
Safe journey.
If you have not yet learned how to make use of bandages, I will be happy to show you the basics of creation and application. The difference between life and death can often come down to properly bandaging wounds.
It appears... How... Look at this, Okay, so she says, now to apply the ointment to her wounds. Otonambusi says, who the heck is that? This guy in the background says, how can you have any pudding if you don't eat your fish? Pink Floyd call out. It appears that the ointment is ineffective. Such a pity. And this guy says, there may still be a solution. Come here, Gleason. I will explain what I need. We will not give her up for dead yet. Okay, next is an alternative. So that's from this dude. An alternative. Yeah. An alternative. Do we have time to complete it? I think so. 10 minutes. That's enough to give it.
An alchemist is able to work miracles with ordinary herbs, converting them into stable potions that range in effect from healing to breathing underwater and everything in between. The girl is too far gone for mere ointments to be effective. There may be another way. The forest of Azuremyst holds many secrets, one of those being a rare plant known as the Azure Snapdragon that some claim to be a panacea, a cure-all. You can identify the plant by its stark contrast to the other plants of Azuremyst and its need to grow at the base of the azure pine trees. Make haste and be wary of the root threshers of the region, as they consume snapdragon for sustenance. An alchemist is able to work miracles with ordinary herbs.
I don't... See, it's supposed to... I want to clear all queued. I'm pretty sure you did not nail it on your pronunciation of panacea. Well, it's a tricky word. I don't feel confident to teach anyone how to say it. I may have said panacea in my life before, but either way, I think it's this is the pod wreckage. Panacea? But he said panacea.
It's too far away.
Wrong emphasis. Who eats these things? The root threshers? Root trappers? So what, I might piss them off? By Azure Snapdragon bulbs. I want that jumping move. We'll get that soon. Oh no. It's old Timberling. No. Cool. Plus I want this. I like at level 11, we're going to be able to switch over to dual-wielding two-handers. Which I am going to use. I saved that other two-hander, right? Yeah. So that's a 3. Yeah, and I guess they're making the argument like, yeah, you can go like a normal dual-wielder person, but you will then be faster, more haste, but not as much strength. I don't know, we're gonna go with dual-wielding biggins. Like to level up so we can do that.
An alchemist is able to work miracles with ordinary herbs.
Yeah, I know.
Do not waste time, girls.
He called me girl again.
Watch as the plant works its magic.
Be well. Be kind to those less fortunate.
Alright, so he's going to do alchemy magic on her. These should do it. I know I don't sound like AI David Cross, but... Wake up, little creature. Wake up from your slumber. You are safe. Injured Night Elf Priestess groans and sits up. Where am I? What is this place? By the light of a loon, Eridar! Cursed demons, what have you done to me? I have not come alone. We will fight you as we have in the past. She falls back into a coma. Manari, but how? You're not Eridar. She must know. There are others like her. We must find them and explain. I mean, I guess that's fair. They do look like Eridar. Okay, the next is called the Prophecy of Velen. Prophecy of Velen is This is a chain.
An alchemist is able to work miracles with ordinary herbs.
Stop. Don't say it over and over.
The prophet spoke of this day, that on this island, in this new world, our allies would find us, we will be tested. They will ask that we pay for the sins of our fathers. At the time, I did not understand the meaning behind his words, but seeing this creature and her reaction to us, it is now coming into focus. The corruption of our people has been felt even here. Venture south. It is there that we found this being. Find its kin and tell them of our people.
Do I have to? Would you have to be Draenei for this one? Yeah. You could be a Lightforged Draenei too. That's cool. It also says Visage, Visage. I feel like Visage is only for, like, Worgen. Oh, yeah. So now we finally are going down to the Odyssey's landing. So we have made our way now to the Alliance. So they're setting up a little beachhead base, a la Warcraft style. Okay, so there's some pack mules. Cool. Priestess Kylene, Archaeologist Adamant Ironheart, Alliance Axeman.
You say that you found one of our crew and that she is injured. I will send one of my crewmen to your village immediately.
Okay, the Prophecy of Velen, I actually probably should have double-checked that that was okay. That's Prophecy. Yeah, there it is. Prophecy of Velen. Okay.
I am Admiral Odysseus of Alliance Naval
Odysseus.
Command. Our ship was
Nice.
forced to port on your island due to an infestation of sorts. It is embarrassing to even talk about, but goblins somehow managed to stow away in the holds of both of my ships. Last night, while most of the ship's crew was asleep below deck, they struck strangers still. They took our navigation gear and jumped ship. They disappeared into the thicket east of here. Will you go in search of our gear? It will make for a strong gesture.
He sounds drunk. Okay, a small start is the next one in the line. Oh, and it opens up this chain, but Cookie's got Jumbo Mumbo or whatever we're going to do next. So a small start, let's just make sure. I just want to do one quest real quick so that we can level up. There it is. There she blows. Okay, we're about halfway through this zone. Oh, it's way over there. Okay. Mount up. Hopefully we have to kill a few. Because we are... How much? We need 2,300. Oh, look, here's a little engineer. Little gnome. 2,300 XP. This will give us 1,470, so we need about 800 or 900 XP. We'll get some from exploring this area. Okay, we gain 175. Only 68. It's not gonna work. Not gonna work. Come on, guys. I know how to fight. I'm super good at fighting. Yeah. I just executed all of you idiots. Okay. We gained a nautical... Oh, there's one more thing. Yikes. Gained a nautical map. Uh-oh. this other thing from you. And we gain a nautical compass. Alright, so the nautical map, it just says Property of Alliance Naval Command, and the compass says the same thing. Alright, so we gain maybe 500-ish extra, but this is still going to be just shy. Small start. Now he will open up another chain for us, but we actually, so you see the I've got a plan, but we actually want Cookies Gumbo Jumbo next, which is a one-off. What's our time? We're right at 2 hours right now.
Any luck, stranger? You are a resourceful one. With our navigation gear, we can figure out just how far we've veered off course. But wait, what is this? There is something rolled up in the map. Let me see. These are orders from Mogul Razdunk of the Venture Company, according to these plans. They're here to strip mine the island of the crystal wreckage, then hijack our ships once they're finished. By Bronzebeard's bushy brow. This is why they forced us to land. How could they know of our plans? I smell a traitor. I've wondered about this for some time now.
So we're gonna take that one off. So, no, there's Cookie.
Yes, Admiral.
He says,
"Hey, Cookie, what's for dinner tonight? No, say chicken."
Yeah, Admiral, let me think about it. It be coming into focus. Looks like it be succulent pork ribs basted with its own delectable juices and a side of Captain Sanders' secret sauce for dipping. And for dessert, we'd be having cheesecake, flowing fresh from Stormwind on the wings of angels.
Wow, really?
No, not really. It'd be chicken.
He shot a chicken.
I hate you so much, Cookie.
Alright, so he's gonna give us Cookies Jumbo Gumbo.
Matey. Cookie is me name, cooking is me game. The McQueeksauce bloodline be a long line of Avasti, matey. Cookie is me name, cooking is me game. The McQueeksauce bloodline be a long line of cooks and tradesmen that work to please the more delicate senses o' man and woman. The Admiral be right. Ye are a resourceful one. Mayhap ye could help Cookie out. If I serve the crew chicken for dinner again, I'll be sent to the Brig Fur shore. I noticed that far be crawlers all along the coastline. Lots o' crawlers. Bring me crawler meats and I'll be forever indebted to you. Help a reformed pirate out.
Okay.
Avasti, matey. Cookie is me name.
Vashti, come on, bro. Alright, so we now also know cooking. That's good. Me know cooking. Let's go to this pot. Oh, and that means I can also learn this one recipe. Roasted Moongraze tenderloin. No, I don't want Cataclysm. I will make those things, but let's make the spice bread. Remember, you can get up to level 40 just with spice bread.
Avasti, matey. Cookie is me name, cooking is me game. The McQueeksauce bloodline be a long line of cooks and tradesmen that work to please the more delicate senses o' man and woman.
Okay, so we're gonna cook that real quick. We're very close to leveling up, and we need 6 skittering crawler meat, but I feel like we need at least a slight base of cooking here before we head into the Outland and learn Outland cooking. I think that's a thing. I don't think they're all tied. It used to be like you had to have a certain base level of cooking. I think you can learn them separately now, but we might as well get some classic cooking while we're around here. I don't know why I need it, but I guess I don't. But it's just hard to say no to like 40 free points of cooking, since we're running out actually of well, I guess Wrath will stick with Wrath things, but then when we do Cataclysm, we are going to have people that are organically going to work the land like this too. At least 2 people. We're going to make our... We'll make a Worgen and we'll make a Goblin. get through those character classes. But yeah, so it's already green. I'll stop. I won't buy any more of those, and we'll just make whatever we have. I'm not gonna spend a million, buck million. I have 10 herbic eggs, and then I have the tenderloin meat. Learn how to cook. Maybe that will get us up to 50, because 50 will allow you to learn a few more recipes. So that would be a nice little threshold there. Yeah, they all drop to yellow, so it's going to be dicey. So we need at least a 50% hit rate on these tenderloin up here. Good. I got it. Fantastic. Okay, cool. So now we can talk to this dude and...
Avasti, matey. Cookie is me name, cooking is me game. Avasti, matey. Cookie is me name, cooking is me game. The McQueeksauce bloodline be a long line of cooks and tradesmen.
I know. I know. You guys are a long line of cooks and tradesmen. I get it.
Many deals for
Sell all this crap.
like you.
Don't need a staff. I'm good on all that too. And that. Those I will actually need.
May your feet find good trails.
Oh, we can actually make a boiled clam. Alright, let's go kill a few crabs. Even though we're a couple minutes over, you know I can't say no to it. I want to level us up. Okay. These are the skittering crawlers. And we are super close to leveling up. Like, we probably don't even need to finish the quest. I can't even see where the bar is. Yeah, there we go. Alright, so we did 2. That's it. So we gained a couple passes, right? We gained Titan's Grip, so now we can use two-handed weapon, dual wield. So I can, for instance, take this other axe, add it in. So now it's lame, but it is a two-handed weapon. And we gain Victory Rush upgrade. It's now rank 2. So now it heals even more than it did before, which is great. And of course, we're going to gain Bloodthirst, nothing to pick there. Assault the target, 4.5 second cooldown. It heals me as well and does damage. So that's just boom, boom, boom. More, like, that takes high priority as well, because it's constant healing. Alright everybody, so this is where we'll pick up tomorrow. We'll keep helping the Alliance base here. We'll keep making our way through everything. What was this quest called? Cookies Jumbo Gumbo. I don't remember if I added that to the list. It is, yep, it's on there. I did not. Cookies Jumbo Gumbo. And that's where we will pick up next time. We managed to complete 28 out of the 47 quests, so more than halfway. So we should finish this on tomorrow's episode and then start making our way off to Bloodmist Isle, which is the second half. See everybody on the very next episode of Lore of Warcraft. This one is the Pipe 5x5.